All right, guys,
Holding.
welcome back to Relegation Battle. It's a Champions League week, Premier League, and it's a bit of Carabao Cup action coming up as well, so a fair bit to get through. Jack, let's start with you. It's been a up and down week for United. Not the start to the Champions League that you guys wanted, defeat against Young Boys. An interesting Premier League game against West Ham, but you did come away with the 3 points this time. How would you analyse the last week?
Like you said, it was up and down. I think Tuesday performance was just awful. Yes, we went down to 10 men, but before that we weren't great. We were okay. I do think we would have won if we had 11 men, but doesn't excuse the performance. And second half, we just, I don't know. I mean, no, I would have taken a point, but once we got down to 10 men, and we did concede, but then I didn't look like I didn't think we were going to concede another one after we did, and then unfortunately Lingard makes some mistakes, and then he gets the striker gets put through and he scores. So it was unfortunate, but first game of the Champions League, a loss away from home, not the end of the world. You know, we still got 5 games. We go in all those 5 we're through. So it's not the end of the game, and then obviously we needed a good performance against West Ham, and I think we got that. I think we had a decent performance. 17 shots, 10 on target was the most we've had in the game this year, more than our last 2 games combined. I thought first half we were good. Second half we probably didn't have not enough control as I would have liked, but I did think it was a good performance, and the refereeing decision was just absolutely shocking.
Yeah, couple penalty shots which look fairly obvious, I think, not given. Then obviously the last minute penalty. I think they hadn't saved a pen since 2014, if I'm correct.
I'm pretty sure it was. I also saw about 2016. I'm trying to think who that was. 2016. I think it was Lukaku. Well, that could have been 2014. Anyway, it was 2016, 2014, but he hasn't saved any of his last 40 penalties.
Yeah, so I mean, he's had a great start to the season, to be fair, and not a bad time to save a pen either. Ty, how do you feel about, we saw the Euros as well. I don't think Mark Noble missed a penalty in the Prem, to be fair to him, but Moyes bringing on the 95th minute to take the pen, when you got penalty takers in the squad already. So how do you feel about what Moyes decided to do there?
So stupid. As soon as I saw Noble coming on, I was like, he's gonna miss. It's stupid. Like, when has that ever worked? I remember Vardy came on one time for Leicester. He tried to do it, he missed. Obviously, we saw what happened in the Euros. So it's so stupid.
It worked in the 2008 Champions League final, though. sorry, just had to get that in there.
Listen, Fergie's a genius. But
yeah, it's just
go on.
You know what? Because Tyrese is saying that. I saw him come on. I was thinking, that could be helpful for us. But then I'm just thinking back to De Gea. He doesn't save penalties.
Yeah.
I'm literally streaming at my TV. I'm thinking, we're going to drop points because of a fucking stupid mistake. Because I'm not denying it was a penalty with the laws. It was a penalty. But going back to the fact that De Gea hasn't saved a penalty, I'm thinking, we lost it. We drew here, but luckily we got away with it. Not away with it because I think we did deserve it. But in that, last minute penalty, you should probably concede. So we got a bit lucky in that sense, but we should have won the game. So.
And yeah, I mean, West Ham, they had a decent start to the season, 8th currently. That game was just terrible for my fantasy team because I had De Gea and Benrahma both on the bench, both got 10 points. So not ideal for me at all. I think I had Luke Shaw in my team as well, which made it even worse. But, not bad for United. Ronaldo scoring a couple more tap-ins, always good for the team. Ty, we'll come to you.
Hold on, we need to investigate these goalkeepers, man. Like the Newcastle one the week before, Fabianski.
The Young Boys one was the worst one, I think. But there's something fishy going on. I can't lie.
You got to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, but he hits them at the keeper.
But that's what makes it. The keeper's not expecting that. The keeper's expecting it either side, so he's ready to go, and it just hits at him, bruv. He's smart. Trust me.
Maybe just another level of genius. But exactly. Chelsea are currently top of the table, I believe, on alphabetical order because you guys have the exact same record as Liverpool. Off to a good start in the Champions League as well with a win over Zenit. And then obviously to top it off, a fantastic display away at Spurs. Unfortunately, Tom isn't here for us to rub it in, but what a week.
Yeah, what a week. Tuesday was quite poor. I'm not gonna lie. The first half was shocking. Mason Mount really needs to improve if he wants to be a part of this winning team. But obviously, again on Tuesday, Lukaku comes up with a clutch goal, gets us off to a winning start. But onto Sunday, 3-point lane. It's just easy. It's another season, another win against Tottenham. First half was poor, but then obviously Mason Mount gets hooked off at half time, which, if he doesn't improve, then he could just end up like Tammy. But it was, the first half was bad. I think they surprised us because obviously the way they played under Nuno, they have kind of just sat off defensive 1-0 wins, but then obviously on Sunday they came out pressing us. We didn't really look comfortable. I think the only ones in the first half that done well was probably Thiago Silva. I'd say that's about it. But second half, obviously Kante comes on, game changes. We score from a set piece. I knew as soon as we scored the first goal, I knew it was done. Just because Spurs, they didn't really do anything. Harry Kane, he looked poor again. He surprised me. It was a second half performance. It's shown why we can obviously challenge for the title, because obviously we had that sticky first half, but we weathered the storm. We didn't concede. We kept going. Rudiger again. He's looking world class, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Jack, you might disagree, but I can't think of. You said to me, is he top 5 right now? I'm saying, yeah. Who's better than him?
I mean, I don't disagree with you, because right now he is a fantastic player. I just think when you're playing the 3 at the back, you just get so much pressure lifted off you, and I think there literally is like a 3 at the back tax. You get away with a lot because you've got 2 other defenders there, and I think whenever I've seen Rudiger play the 2, he looks like a mistake after mistake. And maybe this is different because, I mean, look, you play 3 at the back, so it's not going to change. But obviously, he is under Tuchel, he's been fantastic. There's no denying that. I just always think with 3 at the back defenders, you're gonna overpraise them because they don't have to do as much as in a 2. But he has looked fantastic, and right now, yeah, you would say he's top 5 centre backs in the world.
Also, mate, it was 3-0, but it could have been more. Like Timo.
But you could have conceded though as well. I think you dominated the second half. They didn't have a sniff in the second half, but I thought you struggled in the first half.
Yeah,
again, I think that's 2 games in a row now that your Champions League game and this game. First half, I thought, like you said, Tottenham did surprise you, but 20 minutes in, you were still struggling what they were doing. You couldn't cope with at all with the whole of the first half, and I thought they should have scored. The Reguilón chance where he tried to square it, he probably should have shot or squared it earlier. Son should have squared it to Kane, or he should have shot earlier. They had 2-3 chances to go 2-3-0 up in the first half, but second half was just you know what, it was annoying to watch as a United fan, just because they were so bad in the second half, but they were just so good in the second half. But yeah, that's something that might have to, you don't want it to come regular fashion and start off.
I think once, because obviously I think once Kante comes back in, I think we'll have that protection, because obviously like Jorginho and Kovacic, they do their job, but obviously Kante is just next level when it comes to winning the ball and protecting the defense. So hopefully it improves.
Jack, so if you're a Spurs fan, how worried would you be at this moment in time? I understand that there are players missing and still some coming back, but fair enough, they won their first 3 league games, albeit 1-0. But now back-to-back 3-0 defeats in the league, as well as a 2-2 draw in the Conference League as well to Stade Rennais. They got Arsenal next Sunday. Should they be a bit worried about these last couple of results?
Yes. Yeah, I think they should be a bit worried. But you've got to remember, it's a new manager. It's not like Nuno was here last year. What we're now in 5 games in the Prem.
Yeah.
and then a couple Conference League there. So they probably played about eight games or so. They should be a little bit worried, yeah, because like you said, they were three games in, 9 points, 3 goals, but one game later they were back to 0 goal difference. So they do have to be careful because they played good against City. Their second game I think was against Watford. Was the second game. They had the ball, but they weren't great. No, sorry, the second game was Wolves. Yeah, they scored a penalty, but Wolves, they defended quite well, Tottenham, but Wolves had a lot of the ball, had a lot of shots, and Watford, only didn't really. You would want your team, especially like Tottenham, to win 3-4s against Watford. So it was a bit worrying, and that can carry on. And then Crystal Palace happened. You thought red card, but then that Chelsea defeat. But Chelsea are one of, if not the favourites for the Prem. So again, I know it's a Tottenham, it's not like a lower team, so you got to look at that. They're nowhere near Chelsea at the moment, but you got to see if their next couple of games, if they struggle again, then they should be seriously worried.
Yeah,
I think the main worry is the way they react after going down. Like it's what they've gone behind twice now, and they've lost 3-0. So I think obviously the first time they had a red card, but I mean, you still. Yeah. There's ways to manage it, but I think the way they reacted after going down against us, it was like they already thought the game was done. They just gave up. So I think Nuno's got to try and fix that. Otherwise, this could be another one of them years for Tottenham.
Yeah, and Ty, one of the biggest sort of criticisms for Mourinho was he wasn't getting the best out of Kane, even though Kane was producing these unbelievable numbers. It was a bit weird. Do you think Nuno can actually, get Kane to scoring more goals, more assists than Mourinho did?
No, I don't think Kane's heads at Tottenham. From what I've seen, he doesn't look up for it. He looks like he wants to go. Gary Neville was saying it. He said it doesn't look like he really wants to be there. There's been like different Spurs fans have been saying it as well. So, I mean, you can't blame Nuno. Like, you can't blame him. In a way, it's kind of Kane's fault because he signed that long contract. So, I don't think his head's at Tottenham. But then again, you can't drop Harry Kane because they haven't got a backup striker anyway. So that's the problem now. He's got to find a way, try and make him happy. I think the way Mourinho used Kane was good anyway because kind of he was putting up some of his best numbers. So. And the way Nuno plays, I don't think it's really going to get the best out of Kane. So they should have just sold him because he doesn't want to be there. So either they sell him in January, which I don't think they'll do because that's bad. But then now they're just going to get less money from him in the summer than they would have got this summer. So proper Spursy.
Spurs indeed. Yeah. So we played them this Sunday, and I can't lie, I'm not really too worried about the game. We are at home, so that helps a little bit. But because our record at home against Spurs pretty decent. Just not too worried about the team. Kane doesn't seem to be on the ball, so that's a major part of their game. And if he's not playing as well as he can be, that's a huge hit to them. We got our players back the last game especially. Gabriel has been unbelievable for us. We definitely missed him at the back. Can't lie, Ben White, the last game, he got a good rating from a couple of people, but I thought he was a bit sus. It's a weird one because he can play the ball, like he showed he can play the ball forward, but he takes far too long to do it. And I don't know about you guys, but say you take Man City, for example, they're a team that can easily beat a team 6-0 or they'll just somehow lose 2-1 or something. And the difference I see in those two games, you can see from the centre-backs. In the game that they win 6-0, the centre-backs would move the ball after 2 or 3 touches, bam, forward pass. But in the games they lose 2-1, they'll hold the ball for maybe 5-6 seconds and then play a pass sideways and get it back another 5 seconds, play it there. And that's just a difference in tempo. And that's why I think Ben White's almost struggling with it a bit, just getting the ball and taking that risk and playing it and trusting your midfielders to get the ball and turn or just play it to someone else. I think Partey, Smith and Odegaard, they were our midfield during the last game. I think both of them more than capable of receiving the ball and doing their job with it. It's just sort of our defenders trusting them with that.
I think with Ben White, it's a confidence thing. Obviously,
Mm.
like he struggled on his debut. Obviously, I don't know how many games he's played after, but he struggled on his debut. So I think once he starts playing consistently, I think he will get more confident. Obviously, he's still getting used to your players as well. So you just got to hope that he starts to get more confident, starts to play that ball quicker. Because I was looking at your starting 11, and it looked promising. To be fair, like your midfield, was it Partey, Odegaard, and it was the other one? Yeah, that's promising. Like there's potential there. So if your team, if you can start getting some results together, your players start playing well, then I think you can challenge for top 6. It's just whether Arteta can, get a consistent tune out of your players, really.
Yeah. I mean, I think that midfield will work against sort of the so-called lower teams, but against the better ones, I don't think it will, because the back four doesn't get enough protection from that midfield. I think defensively, Partey is not the best. Smith and Odegaard both attacking midfielders as well. So that will force us to probably bring in someone like Xhaka to sort of provide at least something defensively, because against Burnley it would work. They're not the best attacking teams, more long balls. So through the midfield, they'd have to do much more defending the wider spaces, stopping those crosses coming in. Against even like a Spurs, I think our midfield would struggle a bit more, just to protect that back four. So it would be an interesting one to see how we line up against Spurs on the weekend. I can't see that same midfield 3 being played.
We'll have Xhaka back for that one.
Yeah, because his
so whether he comes back,
he'll be back for that one. In terms of going forward, Aubameyang, we're starting to use his pace a lot more, but still not enough. I think a couple passes against Burnley were a bit sloppy, a bit poor. I'm starting to lose my patience with Pepe. I can't lie. He can't keep having these confidence games against a smaller team and they're not carrying it on. He needs to be way more not efficient, consistent now. He can't just keep having these 1 or 2 games where he gets a goal, a couple of assists, and then stops. He has to be more consistent now. He's had away more than enough time now to have that sort of Premier League
What's
pace.
This his 3rd season, 4th season?
3rd season. 1st season, fair enough, you got to adapt. 2nd season, that's where he should
towards
be
the end. A bit. Towards the end, he was all right.
He was all right towards the end.
Towards the end.
I think he got 10 league goals, but this season, the Burnley, this week's game was just poor from him. I think he could have created 1 or 2 more goals. But on the other hand, Tomiyasu, good start for him. Played well against Burnley, and I think the other one is Ramsdale. I spoke about him here. I wasn't too, pleased. I wasn't too promising about that signing, but 3 games, 3 clean sheets. Can't really complain too much. So yeah, there's Partey and Gabriel being back. I think it's just the main boost to his squad. I think after if we can win that Spurs game, that gives her a lot of momentum.
Do you think Ramsdale keeps his place? Sorry, because there was. I think Arteta said that Leno will be back, whether he starts, but he'll be back for the Spurs game. So do you think Ramsdale should keep his place?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't made a mistake. He hasn't made a single one in 3 games, or would be against West Brom, Norwich, and Burnley. Even there were games we lost last season, or and games we've made mistakes in before to concede. So he's been commanding. It seems like he's got a good relationship with the back forward already as well, and he's good with his feet. So time will tell, but I don't think you can drop him for the Spurs game. Yeah. I don't know if we'll play tomorrow night because we play against Wimbledon. I don't know which keeper will start in goal because we've got 2 youth ones coming through as well. So I don't think you can drop him. I think the back four is pretty settled now in terms of Tierney, Gabriel, White, and Tomiyasu. Then it's just that midfield sort of 3 I think will rotate depending on who the opponent is. But I think that's fair enough. That makes sense in terms of tactics. But yeah, I think if we lose that Spurs game, it's going to be a bit worrying. I think we might fall into that same pattern as we did last season. But I think a win will see us through for our next couple of games and get us some momentum. Elsewhere, like I said, Liverpool, exact same record as Chelsea. Pretty good start to their campaign. It was a good game to watch against Milan as well. The 1-3-2. Henderson scoring a great goal in that. Brighton sitting top 4 at the moment. They beat Leicester in what was a terrible game for the referee, in my opinion. I think Leicester got 2 goals disallowed because Harvey Barnes was just apparent. I don't think he was in front of the keeper personally, but he was in offside position for when the ball went in. Couple penalty claims, given, not given, bit sus in my opinion, but Brighton got the 3 points in the end. City drew to Southampton 0-0. I didn't watch that game. I didn't watch the highlights, can't lie, but I was Walker's red card got turned over. I did see the replay of that. I'm not sure if that was the right call either, but
City drew to Southampton. What did you think about the game, Ty?
can I know if you hear me? Nope, you can't.
Is this going to carry on during the season?
Yeah, I think it will, because Southampton, they haven't got a great defense. So if they come up against us, obviously we're playing them on Saturday, so we'll see. But when they come up against obviously Maguire and Varane, I think they're going to struggle. So it all depends on if Pep can get it right. But I don't think he will, because he's got no striker.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure how much the recording was caught by that, but my internet is bugging now a bit. I apologize for that. Yeah, I mean, other than that, there have been great normal results. In terms of Champions League, PSG drew to Club Brugge, the disappointing game from them. First game of Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and they scored. Yeah, they bottled it, I can't lie. Didn't improve on the weekend either against Lyon.
No, just about got the win.
Yeah, just about got the win. Icardi can't have the goal. Poch, he needs to sort of, I think he said he's going to go for that 4-2-3-1 formation.
He's injured now, though.
Yeah, Messi is out for tomorrow's game. He's got a bruised knee, I believe. So
apparently he's a doubt for the City game.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back. But I mean, Mbappe has been the best of that front three. I think it's fair to say. Can get goals and assists. Yeah, Hakimi's been a great addition for them. Nuno Mendes had a positive start as well. So maybe as his players start to filter back, players like Verratti as well, Poch can get a bit more luck going his way. Well, I say luck, he's been very lucky so far, but maybe he starts to actually use the team to their potential that they have.
You would remember as well, there are a lot of buying that many players, there's buying 1-2 players a season is all right, but when you buy 4 or 5 players, they all take time to gel. They'll take gel time at different time, I was speaking to someone like the other day and I was saying, maybe we're overrating this PSG team. They've got 3 superstars in the team. When have we seen 3 that big superstars in the team work? We're gonna have to, like, as the season progresses, as the Champions League, as League One progresses, we're gonna actually have to see if they've got what it takes. Their group, we'll find out against City. If Messi don't play, then let's see if Neymar and Mbappe can step up.
So there's obviously you've got the front 3. You've got Donnarumma, whose agent is Mino Raiola. You've got Ramos has got a bit of an ego. So listen, it's all on. Poch has got a job to do, man. Otherwise, it could go sour real quick.
Yeah, this could just be career mode buying all the best players.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking if it's gonna be the team cohesion that's gonna work. Is everyone gonna get on? Let's just wait and see.
Yeah, he's definitely got a big job on his hands, and he's probably got to get a few more results by December, I'd say, because I don't think PSG will hesitate to sack him if he's not doing well enough. They sacked Tuchel after getting to a Champions League final, so why not Poch if he's getting
big mistake?
Exactly. So he's got a big job in his hands. Haaland scoring goals. I mean, I think that's just normal now. Yeah, one of his finishes, I think the second goal on the weekend was unbelievable. Yeah, I think he scored 66 goals in 65 games for Dortmund. I mean, that's just unreal stats. Doing well in the Champions League as well. Bellingham also doing a great job there, which is always good to see from an English perspective. Juventus are fucked, mate. They are in the bottom three of Serie A right now.
Winless,
Lost
aren't
to AC Milan on the weekend. Not a good time
No,
for them.
they drew. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, they did draw. That's my bad. They drew. Milan is still unbeaten, but Juve are struggling big time at the moment.
Yeah.
Allegri seemed very frustrated after that
But
draw.
apparently, Ronaldo was a problem.
No, well,
And sorry was the problem. So
maybe Ronaldo wasn't the problem there after all.
It's just yeah. I think we thought that for the last, like Ronaldo's last season. We thought the players around him aren't good anymore. You know, Ronaldo was just there trying to pick everyone up. You know, scoring vital goals. But we've seen it that they're struggling big time.
Yeah.
So
Dybala's back from injury, but even that hasn't sort of propelled them enough to get them a couple of results. You know, he's been struggling with injuries last season or two, so they thought maybe that would give them a little boost, but it just hasn't. And then La Liga, Barca are struggling. Koeman just does not seem like that guy for them. He's struggling there. You know, he complained saying, "Look at the players I've got. How do you expect to play tiki-taka or something? I do with the team he's got. You know, he's got a more than capable team of playing good football, especially that midfield where you can start De Jong, Busquets, and Pedri together. You know, you've got Depay there. You got Ansu Fati, who's slowly returning from injury. The back four has got more than enough quality, in my opinion. And you know, fair enough. The players finishing has been great. Depay's been good, but you know, Luke De Jong missed a sitter yesterday, easy header. But I think Koeman's complaining a bit too much, and he needs to start just getting his team together a bit.
also a finish, man. But
Yeah.
how the mighty have fallen. Memphis, he's a good player, yeah, but you've gone from players like Ronaldinho, Messi, and players like that to Memphis. Like, he is good, but it's just how the mighty have fallen. Barca have finished.
Yeah.
But it's been coming.
Real Madrid, interesting one for Real Madrid. They're low-key getting carried by Benzema and Vinicius Jr. this season, big time. Like, you know, I think it was last season where Benzema had a fallout, but was saying in that tunnel, you know, don't pass Vinicius, he's not playing with us. But now, you know, I think Vinicius scored 5 goals, 1 assist. Benzema's got like 6 goals, 5 assists. So those two are doing a great job there. It's going to be a bit hard for them to do in the Champions League, and we saw that against Inter, Rudiger getting a last-minute goal, but it's good enough in the league at the moment. But yeah, we've got Carabao Cup action today and tomorrow, then back to the league on Friday. And yeah, I think that's all there's really been, unless you guys have something I've missed.
We're playing City on Saturday, so
No,
see how that goes.
I wanted to watch that, but that's at the same time that they moved our game.
I know. There's
Man
two
United
12:30s.
we were gonna be at 3:00, but there's something happening in Manchester, so they had to move our game. So we're playing at 12:30 as well.
Oh,
which is annoying because I wanted to watch the City game, the Chelsea game.
Well, maybe we'll find a way. Who knows?
No.
But yeah, then Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Spurs, a couple of big games this weekend, and hopefully a lot of goals, and hopefully some Arsenal win. Fingers crossed. Never know with us. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, have a nice.